ES Audio.
Hi, I'm Rochelle Travers, and this is the Evening Standard's Tech and Science Daily. Coming up, the robots designed to boost your mental well-being. Now, let's get into it. OpenAI has released ChatGPT-4, a successor to the hugely popular ChatGPT. The latest version of its artificial intelligence chatbot can respond to images and process up to 25,000 words, about 8 times more than the previous model. The company says it's more creative, less likely to make up facts, and less biased. However, they did warn it may still share disinformation. GPT-4 will initially be available to ChatGPT Plus subscribers who pay $20 per month for premium access to the service. NASA wants to build a space-tug to deorbit and destroy the International Space Station. The agency had already announced it intended to retire the ISS by 2030, but revealed it's planning on using around $180 million of its 2024 budget to initiate the tug's development. Decommissioning the orbiting lab would result in its fiery plunge into the middle of the Pacific Ocean, a location called Point Nemo, or Spacecraft Graveyard. As things stand, the ISS is due to be brought down safely using Russia's existing spacecraft Progress. The US reportedly wants to build its own deorbiting capabilities and hopes the space tug will lead to less reliance on Russia. It turns out the way a robot looks has a huge impact on the way humans interact with them.
The two robots were behaving exactly the same. Everything they were doing was the same. It was just the form that was different. But people still perceived the robots' behaviors to be different and the robots' personality to be different, even though they were the same.
That was the result of a recent study carried out by Cambridge University's Affective Intelligence and Robotics Lab, looking into how people responded to two different robots. One was a toy-like robot called Misty, and the other was a more humanoid robot called QT.
We found that people actually perceived the Misty robot more positively, so they thought that its personality was more calming, and just enjoyed interacting with it more and found it more useful.
Minja Axelsson is a PhD student involved in the study, who says the interactions taught them a lot. Her colleague Mikko Spitali, a postdoc at the uni, told us how they hope these robots could be used in future as tools for boosting well-being.
So the vision is that maybe in a workplace there could be, a room where the robot is placed, and during the whole day, people can just come in and have a chat with the robot, just undertake some positive psychology exercise if they feel they need to.
Facebook parent company Meta is cutting another 10,000 jobs this year after firing 11,000 employees as recently as November. The big tech company, which also owns WhatsApp and Instagram, is the first to announce a second round of mass layoffs. Chief Executive Mark Zuckerberg said in a message to staff that most of the cuts would be announced in April and May, though in some cases they would continue through to the end of the year. Scientists say some strange, highly manoeuvrable UFOs seem to defy the laws of physics. Researchers assessing reports of unidentified aerial phenomena in the US, including some from the Pentagon, say these UFOs do not show the telltale signs that normally appear when objects moving at such speeds experience friction with air. For an object to be moving so fast, scientists say ionization and associated radio frequency signatures are expected. In the reports, there were no signs of these signatures. The findings suggest some of these sightings of fast-moving UFOs could be sensor-induced optical illusions. There's nothing quite like going for a nice, relaxing swim at the beach. Ew, seaweed. Sorry about that. Anyway, a massive seaweed blob that can be seen from space is heading towards Florida's Gulf Coast. The thick mats of algae stretch to more than 8,000 kilometers wide, making it the largest in history. The brown-colored mass blocks light from reaching coral and will negatively impact air and water quality as it decomposes. There's been a sudden increase in large gatherings of seaweed in recent years, mainly driven by human activities and climate change. Let's go to the ads. Coming up, a small molecule could answer big questions and a house made of honey. Why not hit rate and follow in the meantime? Welcome back. A small protein molecule that may have kickstarted life on Earth has been identified by scientists. and they say it could provide clues to detecting habitable planets beyond our own. The findings, published in the journal Science Advances, discovered the simple peptide molecule with 2 nickel atoms is one of the most likely to have sparked life here. The research can help astronomers look for signs of past, present, or emerging life, and for specific signature molecules in other parts of the universe. Google has announced AI features across its workspace apps, such as Gmail, Docs, Sheets and more, in a move to rival Microsoft. It includes new ways to generate, summarize and brainstorm text with AI in Google Docs, and the option to generate full emails in Gmail using bullet points. Since the arrival of ChatGPT last year and Microsoft's launch of its chatbot-enabled Bing, Google has been scrambling to compete. The company reportedly declared a code red in December when staff were told to add AI tools to all its user products as soon as possible. And finally, a family found themselves in a sticky situation after they discovered their house was essentially a giant beehive when honey started dripping down their walls. Kate and Andrew Dempsey, who live with their 2 daughters in Kent, found huge 6-foot pieces of honeycomb and litres of honey under their floorboards. They were told by a company it would cost them up to £10,000 to sort out, so decided to tackle the issue themselves. With help from friends and a lot of careful research, they managed to remove all the honey in around 4 weeks, and did their best not to disrupt the bees during the process. You're up to date. Come back at 4 p.m. for the Leader podcast from the Evening Standard. We'll be back tomorrow at 1 p.m. See you then.